Hi guys, and welcome back to another video game with powers. I'm Jake. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys some more Skytear Horde content. Specifically, we're going to be taking a look at some Skytear Horde Monolith playthrough. I'll be doing a Skytear Horde Monolith playthrough. Actually, Skytear Horde Monoliths is the second game in the series of Skytear Horde coming to you from Skytear Games. Today's video specifically, I'm going to be doing a rematch of the original playthrough I had 2 weeks ago, where we have the Leviathan Enforcers taking on the Monolith Horde deck. I wanted to do a rematch here, guys, because that playthrough that you saw really was a rugged playthrough. It was really a first time out the box. I just pulled the deck out, started playing, and wanted to live video it. And I actually made a lot of mistakes with the deck, the Alliance deck mechanically, and so I didn't feel like you got a good, accurate representation of what the Leviathan Enforcers really are about. Real quick, also, I want to give a shout out to one of the designers who commented on our video that really talked about some of this stuff as well. You know, he mentioned that in the Skytear Horde Monoliths expansion, this is a standalone expansion, by the way, the Alliance decks themselves are a lot more intricate than they were in the original Skytear Horde, where those Alliance decks in the original Skytear Horde were just very straightforward, right? It was put Alliance card, or put ally down, ally attacks, defeats things, destroy the portal, and defeat the outsider. Here, with these new Alliance decks in Skytear Horde Monolith, there's a lot more combos and strategic opportunities for you to chain different things together, and these decks really rely on that combo and chaining effects here. So as I've been able to play these decks a little bit more, I've been able to open up a lot of different strategies and combos, so I want to show you guys all of that. The second thing he mentioned is the difficulty here. So we were playing level 2 difficulty. In Monoliths, the level 2 difficulty is considered to be harder than the intermediary difficulty from the first Skytear Horde game, which I thought that intermediary difficulty was very challenging on solo. So we're going to be playing this on level 1 difficulty. But enough chitter chatter from me. Let's go ahead and drop down to the table and let's dive right into this rematch. Alright guys, so we are down here at the table where we have everything set up for our solo playthrough of Skytear Horde Monoliths. Real quick, before we go into the playthrough, last thing here, I did want to point out something. If you recall last time in the rulebook here, I was a little bit confused with this end phase here, where the step number 4 says start another turn from the Horde phase. In the original Skytear Horde, there was a mana phase where you would go ahead and gain mana, and I probably should have just looked at the turn order phase card, because what they've done is essentially combine this mana step into the Horde phase step. So now the Horde phase does consist of gaining mana. So just wanted to point that out very quickly to all of you guys. Alright, let's go ahead and dive right in. Again, everything is going to be pretty much the same, right? We have the solo stage portal here with 4 mana and 6 health. When this portal is destroyed, we will reinforce 2 and place the outsider on the bottom of the outside pile. The turn 1, we get 1. Turn 2, 2 horde cards, 0, 1, and it's going to continue to go in a circle until I destroy this portal. Alright, we are playing with the purple circle outsider, so 0 attack, 9 health. He is going to have 1 armor. This is the new enchanter outsider, where they're going to have an effect that will always be active since the start of the game. So his is reinforced 3 at the start of the game, and then we don't have to worry about them anymore. Again, with those, let's go Zephylite, Radamil, and Yetnar. Alright, with these enchanter outsiders, remember that effect is active since the start of the game, even if they are not in the outsider pile while they are out of play. This enchanter effect is still going to be active. Okay, we are rocking with the level 1 Monolith Horde deck here. So these are going to be denoted by the gray or blank circles in all of these cards. So there's only about 9 cards in this deck, so we're going to go ahead and give this a shuffle. So hopefully I'm not clearing through this deck quickly and getting some of these same effects on here, because they can pile up pretty quickly. All right, so we got the Horde deck. I got my mana, got my castle. We got the minions already set up. We are rocking with the Beref of Grilath castle, right? Exhaust, pay 1 mana, summon 1 exhausted troop token. It's going to have, my castle will have 20 health. We do have these troop tokens right here. This is a big component in the Leviathan Enforcers. This is just an ally, 1 attack, 1 health, basically disposable allies. And then, of course, we are rocking with the Leviathan Enforcer deck, which is the blue deck in the new Blue Alliance deck here for the Skytear Horde Monolith. So let's go ahead and give this a nice little shuffle here. All right. And let's see what we got. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, there's certain cards that I'm looking for right away. And let's see what we got. So we have a Granary. All right, so draw a card, place pillage cards beneath Granary. When there are 10 or more cards, shuffle them back into the owner's deck and discard Granary. Beref Star. All right, 7, attack of 5, health of 6, heroic 2, which means whenever he takes damage, he'll get +2 attack. After an ally destroys a monster, rebuild 2. All right, last of the pack. He's going to cost 1 mana, 1 attack, 2 health. After an ally is destroyed, last of the pack gains 1 temporary armor. All right, ooh, that's one of them. Trappers, right there. That's what I like to see. Trappers, 2 mana cost, 3 attack, 2 health. Fight phase, remove 1 temporary attack from a monster. One of the best cards in this deck. And then we have Charm of Renewal, that after you remove 1 or more damage from an ally, that attached ally gains +1 attack. When I play this card, I remove 1 damage from an attached ally. Okay, so we're definitely keeping Trappers. I do think we grab Charm of Renewal, and I do think we put all 3 of these cards back, and we'll draw 3 new cards. Okay, we get Royal Marksman, Altar of Leviathan, and Errant Lord. Perfect. Perfect hand to start out with. So Royal Marksman, 3 mana, 1 attack, 3 defense. During the Treachery phase, I can exhaust the Royal Marksman to move him to a free adjacent lane, then deal 1 damage to a monster within 1 lane. We have the Altar of Leviathan. So when I play this card, this is a tower. It'll gain 2 health. I can exhaust this card to remove 1 health, search the top 6 cards of my deck for an ally and draw it. Then place the cards you did not draw at the bottom of your deck in any order. And we have Errant Lord here. 4 mana, 3 attack, 3 defense. When I play him, I summon a troop token with +1 health. Okay, so those are all 5 of my cards. I really love my hand. We got to shuffle these cards back into my deck here. And one last miniature shuffle, and we are good to go. That's unfortunate. One of my trappers is at the bottom. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and start off at the top. So we are summoning 1 Horde card from the deck. What do we have? We have a Plated Monolith. All right. So 1 attack, 3 health. During the fight phase, the Onikai minions will gain 1 health and charge right. All right. Charge right is they would charge in the rightmost lane that has an ally. If it doesn't have an ally, I'm assuming they would still charge in the rightmost lane. I actually forgot to gain mana, so I'd be at 4 mana. Our portal would then flip because we have no outsider, and it would go to my turn. So I think what we're going to do is, let's see. You know what? I think we spend 4 and play this Errant Lord, all right? So we're playing Errant Lord, so summon a troop token with +1 attack. And I'm going to play this Errant Lord right here. All right, and we will get to summon a troop token in this lane, and he gets +1 attack. All right, that is all for my mana. So I have no mana left, okay? Let's see what we are doing. Onikai are going to get pulled in. I think what we do... I think I exhaust my troop token, and I pull in these Yetnar minions. These pesky Yetnar minions are a pain. Okay, so that is going to be the end of my alliance phase. We would now go to the treachery phase. So we do have a treachery effect here. So pillage 2 cards from my deck. All right, what do we got? The Spring Watch and Horn of Leviathan. Those are not bad. All right, now we would go into the fight phase. So the Onikai minions gain 1 health and charge right. So they would charge into the rightmost lane there, which would be this spot, even though it has nothing in them, okay? I do believe that's how that will be played. So now we're going to go ahead and fight. So Errant Lord is going to be dealing 3 damage. Plated Monolith is going to be dealing 1 back. So I will be taking 1 damage here. We will be dealing 3, destroying the Plated Monolith, and gaining a card. We have Last of the Pack, all right? Last of the Pack is my card. Next, we have the Yetnar minions and troops. So 2 damage each. This troop token is going to be defeated here. All right, and so are the Yetnar minions, which will allow me to draw another card, and we have another Spring Watch, okay? So 5 mana, 4 attack, 4 health. If the Spring Watch is your strongest ally, gain 1 mana, all right? That can be useful later on. And then the Onikai minions are going to be attacking my castle directly for 2, all right? Now we would go into the pillage phase, so I would need to pillage 4 cards from the top of my deck. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, all right? I'm getting pretty lucky. And then all the minions will return back to their respective lanes. And anything that was exhausted will become unexhausted, and then we're basically going to take it back up top with the Horde phase. So gaining mana, so I'm at 4 mana. We'll be summoning 2 cards from the deck. So we have a Howling Monolith, all right? So 0 attack, 3 health. The Zephyrite minions will gain +1 health, and this has Taunt, which means it must be engaged, but we're going to put it right there, and it's already engaged. And what is the next one? We have another monster here, Whirling Monolith, 0 attack, 2 health. During the fight phase, the Zephyrite minions gain +1 attack and charge right. We have Armor 1, all right? So Armor 1 on him, and it is my turn. Okay, so what we probably need to do is... I'm thinking we spend 2, so 1, 2. We play Trappers. Trappers right there. Okay, that'll go ahead and knock that out. And I have 2 left over. What can I summon for 2? I can play this Tower and play that Charm to the Errant Lord, and that actually might be pretty good. Which I might do. So, actually I can play Last of the Pack. So I will spend 1 mana and play Last of the Pack. Actually, you know what I might do? Yeah, no, I wanna these minions, I don't want them to get out of control. So 1 mana to play Last of the Pack. 1 final mana to play Charm of the Renewal here. So when I play this, I remove 1 damage from the attached ally. After you remove 1 or more damage from an ally, that attached ally will gain 1 attack. So we are going to attach the Charm of Renewal. Trappers are trying to go with them. Charm of Renewal to Errant Lord. We get to heal this damage and add +1 attack to the Errant Lord, now dealing 4 damage. Okay, so those are all of my available actions. We now go to the treachery. Wait, actually, not yet. Last of the Pack is going to bring in the Onikai minions right there, and that's what we got. So we would now go into the treachery phase. So we have a treachery card. Deal 1 damage to the castle. All right, deal 1 damage to the castle, so we're at 7. Okay, now we would go into the fight phase. So the Zephyrite minions gain +1 attack, or +1 health, sorry. Zephyrite minions gain +1 health and charge right. All right, so they would charge right. Oof. And that is everything. I do have a fight effect, but this is not going to activate because nobody has plus attack. So the Errant Lord is going to be dealing 4 damage to the Howling Monolith, which would defeat this. All right. and allow me to draw a card, which is another last of the pack. Okay. We have the Trappers now. So Trappers and Whirling Monolith engage. I would deal 3 damage. He's blocking 1, but he only has 2 health here. So the Whirling Monolith is going to be defeated, allowing me to draw a card. And we have Horn of the Leviathan. So attachment. Attached ally gains trample. Play an ally and its engaged monster. When I play this, an ally and its engaged monster strike each other. Okay? And then we have the Onikai minions fighting the last of the pack. So last of the pack will deal 1 damage to the Onikai minions. The last of the pack will be taking 2 damage there. Alright, and the Zephyrite minions are dealing 4 damage to my castle. 1, 2, 3... Wait, I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, alright. And then lastly, that is the conclusion of the fight phase. We now have the pillage phase. So I'm pillaging 2 cards in the back line. So 1 and 2. Oof, that Rise Again is what I love. Alright, we would now send all these minions back to their respective spots in the board. Anybody that would be exhausted is unexhausted, and I forgot to rotate that the second time there. And we would now take it back up top with a new Horde phase. So I would gain my 4 mana. We would go ahead and summon. 0 cards are being summoned, so this portal would rotate 90 degrees. And now it is my turn, okay? We have some interesting things to do here. I think what I might do is search the top 6 cards of your deck for an ally and draw it. That could be pretty useful for 1. And then I could summon this Royal Marksman. I think that's what I might do. So let's go, let's spend 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And we will summon the Royal Marksman in this lane right here. And then I will spend my last mana to play. And just again, here's our Royal Marksman. So 1 attack, 3 defense. I can exhaust him during the treachery phase to move him to a free lane and deal 1 damage to a monster in that lane. And then my last one, we are going to play Altar of Leviathan. So when I play this, it gets 2 health. I can exhaust it to remove 1 health, search the top 6 cards of my deck for an ally, and draw it. Okay? So this would get 2 health. Okay? We will go ahead and exhaust that right now and search the top 6 cards of my deck for an ally and draw it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so Herald and Field Commander, we don't necessarily want right now. Clan of the Ice Fish, don't want. Trappers, Skytear Protector is what I want. I want that Skytear Protector. So we're going to put him in my hand. And it says, then place the cards you did not draw at the bottom of your deck in any order. So I want Trappers and Gibbet Tower. That's what I want. All right, so place them at the bottom of my deck in any order. Okay, let's make some moves here. So Errant Lord can deal 4 damage after you remove 1 or more from an ally. So I think, man, so the Trappers, I could use the Trappers and the Royal Marksman to get rid of Zephyrite. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. So what I'll do is exhaust Trappers to bring in the Zephyrite minions. All right, I will exhaust Errant Lord to bring in the Radamil minions. And then I will not do anything right now, okay? So we would now go, that's going to be the conclusion of my alliance phase. We would now go into the treachery phase. So the rightmost monster here will gain +1 attack, which are the Zephyrite minions. All right, I will go ahead and exhaust the Royal Marksman, move them into a free lane, and deal damage to a monster within a free lane. Okay, And then now we would go into the fight phase. The Trappers does have an effect of removing a +1 from a monster. And then we would go ahead and fight. So Errant Lord is dealing 4 damage. The Radamill minions will deal 2 damage to the Errant Lord. Defeating the Radamill minions allow me to draw a card, which is a Gibbet Tower. Very critical card for the Monolith Horde deck. So when I play this, it gains 3 health. And I place a minion in the lane. Now this minion will consistently be engaged with the Gibbet Tower. During the fight phase, I remove 1 health. The minion in this lane loses 3 attack and loses all abilities this turn. Alright, very clutch card. Very clutch card. Okay, so now that was that. The Trappers and the Zephyrite minions will engage. So I will deal 3 damage to the Zephyrite minions, killing it. They would deal 3 damage to my Trappers, killing my Trapper. And I get to draw another card, which is Rise Again. Perfect. One of the cards that I'm waiting on. Okay. And the Royal Marksman is in a free lane, so it will deal 1 straight up damage to the portal. Okay. That is that. We would now go to the pillage phase, where I would pillage 1 card from the top of my deck. Another Errant Lord. Oof. That is tough. Alright. And then what we would do is unexhaust all of our cards here and take it back up top with a new phase. So 4 mana. Alright. We will be summoning 1 Horde card from the deck. We have Stone Trampler. The Radamill minions gain +2 health and +2 temporary armor and charge the weakest ally. Alright, so the Radamill minions, what is my weakest ally? Is going to be the Royal Marksman here. So they get +2 attack. Alright, and is it +2 temporary armor? Alright, so +2 temporary armor. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So I have 4 mana. I think what we do, that's going to be 4, 5. Yes. Okay. I will spend all 4 of my mana to play my Skytear Protector here. All right. Play Skytear Protector. After you gain mana during the Alliance phase, Skytear Protector gains +1 attack and 1 health. During my turn, I can exhaust him to gain 1 mana. Attack of 1, health of 1, cost of 4. And I'm going to put him right there. All right. So I've summoned him. I will now exhaust him. All right. To gain 1 attack and 1 health for him. All right. And then what I'm going to do is exhaust my Altar of Leviathan. This will be removed, and I get these top 6 cards on my deck. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I get an ally, which I already want this Errant Lord right here. All right, the next 6 go back in any order. I do want that order just like that. Okay. So, boom, boom, boom. And then what I'm going to do is discard this Altar of Leviathan. All right. So, I should have gained a mana for that. So, I should be at 1 mana now. And my 1 mana is going to summon the last of the pack. Okay. So, I'm actually going to summon the last of the pack here. Actually, you know what? I'll keep it. I'm going to summon the last of the pack. Well, yeah, I'll summon last of the pack there. Next turn, I can move them and finagle that. All right, I will exhaust last of the pack to do the Onikai. This should have been rotated. I always forget to rotate the portal in this new mode because I'm used to rotating it at the end of the step. All right. So that is everything I have for my Alliance phase. We will now go to the Treachery phase. So we do have a Treachery effect. The portal gains +1 health, all right? So what I'm just going to do is remove this, and so now it's back to 6, all right? So now we would go ahead and fight. So 4 damage coming to the portal here. So 3 and 4. All right, 2 damage coming to the portal here, so that would be 5 and 6. So this portal is going to be destroyed. So we would need to go ahead and reinforce 2 and place the Outsider on the bottom of the Outsider pile. So let's go ahead and reinforce 2. So we would have to go Yetnar minions and then Zephyrite minions. Outsider will get placed in the outsider pile. And, oh, wait, that's the portal card. Outsider gets placed in the pile. And then we will now be in stage 2 right here. So 6 mana, 8 health. When this is destroyed, I get to draw 1 card and rebuild 4. Rebuild 4 is take 4 cards from my discard pile, put them at the bottom of my deck. And we now have 2, 1, 2, and 1. Okay? So that was the Skytear Protector's turn. We have Radamil and Royal Marksman engaging each other. So I deal 0. He would deal 2 damage to the Royal Marksman here. All right, and last of the pack with Onikai. 1 damage and Onikais get defeated, which allows me to draw a card, which is for Leviathan. All right, so pay X mana, summon X troop tokens, then each ally gains +1 temporary armor. All right, so we will now go into the pillage phase. So pillaging 2 cards there. So 1, ooh, that Freyal, and a Skytear Protector, that's tough. And 2, all right? I was really hoping to get both those Skytear Protectors out and just chain them off each other. All right, minions go back to their respective places. We will go ahead and discard any temporary tokens. We will go ahead and unexhaust any allies. And we would go ahead and take it back up top with a new Horde phase. So 6 mana for me to start off with. All right, we are summoning 2 Horde cards. So the first Horde card is the Frost Trench. The Yetnar minions gain 2 health and 1 armor. All right, Yetnar minions gain 2 health. All right, so 1 and 2, and then 1 armor. Okay, we would need to shuffle this deck back up. All right, and let's see what we get for the next card. All right, next one, we have the Fire Breather. So play Onikai minions gain 2 health and strike the castle. All right, Onikai minions gain 2 health. They would immediately strike the castle for 2, so 1 and 2, bringing me down to 11. All right, then we would need to, I believe the actual next step is summon all cards in the outsider pile, which is the purple circle, which is going to have permanent armor 1. And then we would go ahead and rotate the portal. All right, so we go to my phase. The first thing that I'm going to do right away is exhaust my Skytear Protector to gain 1 mana, bringing me to 7, which is going to give me +1 attack and +1 health. Okay, I am at 7. Let's see what we have here. And I think what we're going to do is spend 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to summon the Errant Lord right there into this lane. And when I play him, I can summon a troop token. Ooh, I don't know if I necessarily want to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what my other options are. Because I want to use this Royal Marksman. Let's do this first. So last of the pack is going to pull the Onikai minions in. She's going to move over, deal 1. They're going to kill each other. Okay. Errant Lord. I could do the Spring Watch, which is 8, which that might actually work. So I'm going to spend 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play the Spring Watch. Okay. So this is 4 attack, 4 defense. If the Spring Watch is my strongest ally, gain 1 mana. So strongest ally is considered attack and health combined together at that current moment. So this is 8. This is only 2, right? This is going to be 2 as well. So this is 6, all right? And we have 4, 5. So this would be 5. So the Spring Watch is my strongest ally. I gain 1 mana. Because I have gained 1 mana during the Alliance phase, I get an additional attack and an additional health, okay? So that is that. And they will pull the Yetnar minions into play there. All right. I have 3 mana left over. What I might do is spend 1, and I can actually, you know what? Can I have multiple attachments on? I think I might be able to only have 1 attachment per character. I can't remember. Am I allowed to have multiple attachments? Let me see. Horde deck, rule changes, because what I could do is treachery, fight phase. Let's go alliance phase. Attach inside of the. There's no limit to how many attachments a card can have. Beautiful. Okay, so I will spend 1 mana, and we will play for the Horn of Leviathan. All right. So the attached ally gains trample. When I play this, an ally and its engaged monster strike each other. So I will slide this underneath here. All right, so the ally and its engaged will strike each other. So 0 coming to me. I have 4 coming onto the purple circle, but only 3 will get through because he does have 1 armor. Okay, I think that's all we got. So that is going to be the end of my alliance phase there. So we would go into the treachery phase. The rightmost monster here is going to gain a boost in damage. So the Yetnar minions will have +1 attack. All right. And then we go into the fight phase. I don't have... Oh, actually, wait. I wanted to exhaust and move over to deal 1 damage to the Onikai minions. All right. Now we would go into the fight phase. So the Errant Lord and the purple circle will strike each other again. So I'll be dealing another 3 damage to the purple circle. I will be dealing 4 damage to the portal here with my Skytear Protector. The Whirl Marksman will deal additional damage to the portal. So that's 3, 4, 5. The last of the pack and Onikai minions will attack each other. So 1 and 1, which will kill the Onikai minions. And I already had a damage on here with 2 health. So he's defeated, but I get to draw a card, which is Glacier. All right. So the monster in this lane loses all abilities and cannot strike. If the outsider is in play, discard Glacier at the end of the turn. All right. And then the Yetnar minions in Spring Watch will attack. So he has 3 health plus an armor. I'm dealing 4 damage. He's got 4 damage, 3 plus the bonus. So we will both kill each other. So 4 damage there. That goes away. That goes away. And boom, and boom. And I would get to draw another card. All right, we have Oath of Riders. This is an attachment. Attached ally gains trample, barrier, and fight. During the fight phase, assault 1. Attached ally cannot gain or lose damage. All right, so that is that. All right, so then we go to the pillage phase where I'm pillaging 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, there's my other trapper. No. And then we would go ahead and unexhaust all of our cards and bring it back up top to a new horde phase. So we would get 6 mana, bringing me to 8. We are summoning 1 horde card here. We have our Whirling Monolith. All right, so Zephyrite minions will gain 1 health and charge right. And this does have armor 1. And portal will rotate. And then we go to my phase. So pretty much this is going to be the end of the game. I just need to survive until the end of this turn. So I think what I'm going to do is spend 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and play the Errant Lord into this lane. Whenever I play him, I can summon a troop token with +1 attack. All right. And let's see. So boom, boom. We will pull, the Errant Lord will pull the Radamil minions. We will have our troop token pull the Zephyrite minions. And it's probably actually better that I had summoned these troop tokens here and pulled. That way I can move Royal Marksman over to do a damage. Okay, that's really all I got to do. I don't have to play any other cards from my hand. And we're just going to end my turn. We're going to go into the Treachery phase. So the rightmost monster will gain +1 attack, which is going to be the Zephyrite minions here. All right, I will counter that by exhausting my Royal Marksman, moving him over to a free adjacent lane, and then dealing damage to a monster in a free lane, which will destroy the Zephyrite minions. All right, allowing me to draw a card, which are the Trappers, okay? And then we would go into the fight phase. So, fight phase, Zephyrite minions gain +1 health, and they charge right, all right? They would charge the allied troops. Nothing there. Is there any fight phases for me? Nope. And then we're just going to go ahead and engage now. So the Errant Lord is going to be dealing another 3 damage to the purple circle, all right, which this will end up defeating. This is 9 damage, all right, and I'm just going to keep all that damage on there. We will end up defeating that. The Whirling Monolith and the Skytear Protector are going to engage each other, so this is going to be defeated. All right, and I would get to draw a card, which is another Gibbet Tower. All right, the Errant Lord and the Radamil minions will engage, so 2 damage and 2 damage. Radamil minions get defeated, and I would get to draw another card, one of my heroic allies here. 7 mana, 3 attack, 4 health, Herald. When I play him, I gain 2 mana, and during the fight phase, Herald deals 1 damage to all monsters within 1 lane. Alright, the Royal Marksman would deal 1 damage to the portal, so that's 6. And the allied troops will take on the Zephyrite minions, defeating the Zephyrite minions, being defeated in the process and taking a damage, and drawing 1 card, which is a field commander right here. All right. Then what we would do, we still have to finish out the rest of the phase. I have to survive. So we would do the pillage phase, but there's nothing to pillage. And then now we would go into the end phase where we're checking if I have defeated the outsider, which I have, and we are victorious. All right, guys. Well, look, that is a much, much better playthrough of the Leviathan Enforcer deck. I do love the combos here of, you know, being able to summon those disposable allies, those troop tokens, and then really that Skytear Protector. If you can get a bunch of those Skytear Protectors online, man, you can generate a lot of attack and health for those Skytear Protectors. You know, if you have 2, they can combo off each other, and that can do some major damage. But I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and as always, guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing you some more awesome content. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.